Hey, what's going up, guys? This is Philip with another crypto update for Friday, July 28th. So, in this update, I just wanted to talk about what was going on as far as price action in cryptocurrency land. And basically, I think going into August 1st, I think the dynamic we're seeing is people are consolidating into Bitcoin. And I think primarily for those that are, you know, pretty well involved with crypto, they know that Bitcoin Cash is going to fork off, be basically an altcoin. Yet another altcoin. There's probably been 400 or 500 forks off of the Bitcoin chain for other altcoins, so this is no different. Isn't a split of the Bitcoin blockchain per se, which is what we were facing with the SegWit issue, but this is going to be a split off with the Chinese miners supporting that coin, Bitcoin Cash. So those that are understanding what's in play realize that if they have their holdings in Bitcoin on August 1st, when the chain splits off for Bitcoin Cash, anybody holding Bitcoin will automatically be allocated the same amount. So if you had 20 Bitcoins, you'll have 20 Bitcoin Cash tokens. And then at that point, it's up to you what you think will happen. If you think that Bitcoin Cash has some value going forward, then you'll hold that. But we don't think that long term it's really going to do much as far as the Bitcoin blockchain. That's been around since 2009. Much has been invested in it, and honestly, it's just not going to go anywhere. Certainly not by another altcoin, for sure. So some people will dump, some people will hold, some people will wait and see, and that's something that you just need to decide on. But to kind of illustrate what we're seeing as far as price action goes, let's take a look at some charts, and we'll start off with Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. So here is our Litecoin dollar chart. As you can see, it's basically in this consolidating area here between, let's say, 42.20 and 40.40. And we're between two fib zones, so bearish zone and a bullish zone here. Over here on the daily chart, long term, we're still in this up channel. I have maintained I expect this to hold, and I think really in August, I think you're going to see this go back up here, and I think we're going to get into the 60s, if not higher. Heading over to Ethereum, kind of the same thing, except now this kind of stretches out to here, and so we have another consolidating pennant type move, and that will break up or down. Nothing really showing any cards here. RSI is kind of in the middle, so we'll see what happens there. That's just going to have to show us a move before we could determine what direction it's going to go. Again, if you look over in the daily, it's in a downtrend channel. I do suspect that is going to break out of that, unless there's more negative Ethereum news that comes out. But I don't think this is going. I'd be fairly surprised at this point if we saw another leg down. If we did, then these targets at 84.61 and 61.88 would come into play. But I think as long as this low maintains, I think it goes higher before it attempts to make any type of new lows like that. Bitcoin breaking out. So this was a bear channel we saw over here on the hourly. It is starting to move up past this bear channel fib zone, and I like to see a couple hourly closes outside of a range like this before I would say that zone has been nullified. If you look on the daily, a clear breakout of the bear flag here. This bear flag held for several days, and now we're breaking out. So because of the dynamic of people wanting to consolidate into Bitcoin for free Bitcoin Cash coins, we could see a pop, and to complete this move out of this bear flag, this 31 level, this 32, call it 32.40 level, that definitely could be done by August 1st. So don't count that out at all. Now, if we look at the ratios, we'll see that look at this Litecoin ratio in the toilet. We made a low of 14, or 0.14, excuse me. and that's a big dip. Now there are some wallet issues. I know on Poloniex there's some wallet issues, and that could be exasperating this move. So we'll have to see how that shakes out. As of early Friday morning, there's some technical issues with that. So sometimes there's wallet upgrades that take place. As you can see on the daily, we're still in an uptrend ratio-wise. Actually, this would be a spot where you'd probably look to get into Litecoin. But being that we're heading into August 1st and people are wanting to get into Bitcoin, if that wasn't the case, I would say this is a screaming buy here for getting into Litecoin if you have Bitcoins, because the ratio, that's a buy there on the ratio. If we look at Ethereum, again, it's taking a hit too on the ratio. So I think, again, more of the same. If we look on the daily, you can see it's pulling back pretty hard there. And it might probably may hit these ratios of 0.06, 0.05, high 0.05s or 0.06. Definitely still in the cards there. So I think that's the dynamic we're seeing. I think we're seeing people that are wanting to consolidate into Bitcoin, and we're seeing the effects not so much on the dollar ratio with ETH and Litecoin, but we've definitely seen it with the ratio to Bitcoin, which would make sense. People converting into Bitcoin. So just wanted to put that out there, that that dynamic's probably in play. So might make a little more sense when you're looking at the charts and seeing the price action. Beyond August 1st, I think what price action we saw between Litecoin and Ethereum, I think, are going to reverse, and we're going to see these ratios turn up. And so I think August is going to be a good month once we get the SegWit basically locked in and the blocks are being mined as SegWit blocks. I think that we're going to see a pretty big boost in price. So keep an eye out on that, and we'll monitor the SegWit and see how that progresses. We now are in lock-in period 20, and we should start seeing no change in the SegWit blocks being mined, still signaling SegWit 100% just about. And we'll see that for the next till August 8th. And then once August 8th locks in that we have more than 95% of the blocks being mined are SegWit, we'll have one more period where the actual grace period, and then the SegWit blocks start being mined. So that's what we have to look forward to over the next couple of weeks. All right, guys, that's your crypto update for Friday, July 28th. Hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, leave them below. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and have a great Friday and great weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.